Hello, everybody! Okay, so first things first, as you can see, we are in Pirate 101. I'm so glad to be back. So, what we're going to be talking about in this video is the September 2019 producer's letter. This was recently posted about a couple days ago, I believe. I noticed it on Twitter, but they recently had a KI Live dedicated to Pirate 101's birthday. Which is coming up very soon, and I'm really excited about that. So what we're going to be doing for this video is just reading over the major highlighted things that I think are very important. I read this producer's letter pretty intently because they had a lot of juicy stuff. If you guys are Pirate 101 lovers as much as I am, if you guys have been waiting for some crazy updates, this is finally happening. It's giving you a little bit of information about what they're doing, and they're not even holding back anymore. Like, they're not lying, they're just kind of saying it as is, and we'll get to all of that. So let's go ahead and get started with the first paragraph. I'm not going to be reading everything to you guys because, like I said, I do want to make sure I do cover the main points rather than just read out the whole thing for you guys. But we'll read the first bit of the producer's letter. Keep in mind, these producer's letters are always created by Leah, Professor Falmea. So let's go ahead and get started. My dear pirates, the winds have seen fit and fair for me to travel to this end of the spiral once more, so I wanted to catch up on the latest news. Our 7th birthday is fast approaching, and we have surprises in store for you, starting with an update planned for early October, and surprises continuing through the rest of the month, which is already very exciting. So the first thing that they obviously are going to talk about is the update that's coming early October, which is once again through the Obsidian Door. So if you guys are are lovers of Bonnie Ann and Ratbeard, they decided to kind of create an alternate version of both of those and create evil versions of the two. This is going to be a very hard, I guess, Obsidian Door dungeon, I guess you could call it, and if you defeat them enough times, you can actually get them as companions or buy them from the crown shop. Or no, you can just buy them from the crown shop, which is really cool, and I actually kind of like that. There's a picture that I'll put up for you guys right now. This is what they are both going to look like. Apparently, like I said, they're going to be very strong, so you're going to have a full team, so they've said. I think in the KI Live, they actually did go in and fight them, but I'm not too sure. I actually did miss the KI Live, so not gonna say anything. I don't want to lie to you guys. The next thing that they have in their producer's letter is the FTUD. So I'm going to quickly read a little bit of what this is. That's not just the sound of a ship docking a little too quickly in the harbor. It stands for First Time User Difficulty. In Wizard 101, we spent some time recently focusing on what we call FTUE, which means First Time User Experience, and it appears to be making life better for new wizards just starting out, which apparently is very true. In the piratey corners of the spiral, we found some different challenges when we dug into the new user experience, which is actually very cool. So basically, I'm going to read what they changed, but before I do that, I'm just going to quickly go over what they're talking about. So in Wizard 101, they recently did change the total beginning. I mean, well, they didn't change it entirely, but they did revamp the... with, of course, the revamped Wizard City, they decided to make a first-time user experience change. So when a new player joins the game, instead of the old beginning, you're starting with a brand new beginning in a different light, I guess you could call it. So for Pirate 101, the beginning is fantastic. I honestly like it a lot, but apparently they actually start talking about in the producer's letter that they found a lot of people actually die a lot. So they decided to change a couple things, which they actually list here. So we're going to go over that real quick. Bent the enemy health curve downward from levels 1 to 40. Everything from the lowest of minions to the most difficult of bosses should be easier to defeat, which is actually kind of interesting because I did notice a little bit sometimes if you are solo questing, which you can do in Wizard 101. It's much harder to do in Pirate 101 sometimes, but it's not too not too difficult. Apparently, they reduced the nautical experience or the nautical requirements to level across the board. It now takes half the experience to gain a level. Go earn some nautical experience, sink a ship, and your nautical level will be recalculated. So, when this update hits the live realm or the live server, which I'm not sure if it has or not already, you just go out, you fight a ship, and your nautical experience will recalculate. But one thing that they did notice is that, for example, my nautical experience compared to my level is much different. Like, I'm level 68. I'm not even max level yet. I did finish the game though. But my nautical level is only level 39, which is kind of a little crazy. It's hard to keep up both of them. I know a lot of people have found out ways to go to certain ships that give you lots of nautical experience that are pretty difficult to kind of catch up. But it's really crazy that that's always been like a weird thing. So they decided to change that. They apparently also adjusted some particularly tedious quests that had required a lot of drops, had particularly rare drops or both. So I don't see how that really does much of changing to the game, but apparently they did do that. Apparently they tweaked enemy ship health and damage down a bit. Solo combat should be a little easier, and raiding parties should be really effective now, which I actually do like hearing a lot. So let's go ahead and read this bottom bit here. We'd love to hear from pirates currently in the first half of the game. Once this update propagates to live servers, how do you like these changes? Is there anything else that would make an up to and coming pirate's life a little kinder? Let us know. So in the comment section, if you guys decide not to like read the producer's letter, which by the way I will be putting a link in the description for you guys, but leave in the comments some things that you guys would like changed in Pirate 101. Of course you guys want a new chapter, like a new story, or direction, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's actually talked about in the producer's letter, but leave something that you think should be changed or something that should be tweaked, or if the game is good as is. But yeah, I just would like to hear what you guys would like to say also. And also, if KyleIceW decides to check out our video, we'll have some comments in the comment section for them, which they might change. So next topic they talk about, it's called Drink Me. So they actually changed a lot of the potions in Pirate 101, which we'll actually talk about, but they actually also kind of added, kind of like in Wizard 101 they have the Hyper Elixir potion. They kind of did the same thing in well, they did exactly do the same thing in Pirate 101. But let me quickly see if they even changed anything in the Crown Shop, because if they did, that means everything's in the game, I guess we could say. So this is featured items. I don't see anything radically changed. So let's go ahead and go to elixirs and see if they changed anything in particular. Well, the first thing on here says enhanced gold boost elixir to 20% more gold. So it improved from 15. So let's go ahead and type in gold real quick to see if they actually changed it. Okay, so it hasn't been changed yet. Also, another thing to note is they actually also changed the duration to 3 hours instead of the maximum 1 hour, which is actually going to be really, really helpful. So they actually didn't change anything in the Crown Shop yet. So the enhanced gold boost elixir is now 20% instead of 15. Enhanced nautical XP boost is now 20% instead of 15. Enhanced XP boost, not nautical XP, just normal XP, to 20% more XP. Enhanced Guardian Elixir to 20% to AC and resist, 20 to dodge apparently. So that was actually a pretty good change. Enhanced Onslaught Elixir to 20% to damage, plus 20 to accuracy, and plus 2 to movement. Oh, that's cool. Enhanced Prime Elixir. So they also changed that, which is 20% to agility, strength, will, and max HP, which was the original 15%. So that's all like the major changes to the game that's going to be happening soon. They're changing the beginning of the game, which is the first time user difficulty. They are adding in the new obsidian key boss, which is really, really nice. And they're also changing a lot with the elixirs. But now they have a final couple paragraphs at the very bottom of the producer's letter, which I'm going to actually focus a little bit more on, and it says "and more." That's what they kind of title it. So we're actually going to read a little bit of the things that I think are very important. So let's go ahead. There are a few more surprises coming as the month goes on, including our first simultaneous CCG launch in both MMOs. As we are motivated to get this update out for Pirate101's birthday month, we've decided to skip Test Realm this time and bring this update directly to live servers. So as we noticed, they didn't actually put it into live servers yet, but this coming October, hopefully soon, we're just going to get everything right into the game. So they're not even going to throw it into any test room. They're just going to put it right into the game, which is kind of nice. Second, let's talk about what's notably absent. Everybody pay attention. I know the pirate community has been asking for a new book. If you guys don't know, Pirate101, a new book, or a book is basically how they've been kind of using. A book is basically a new arc, kind of like in Wizard 101. So Wizard 101 has arcs, Pirate101 has books. So while we continue to explore ways to improve and expand Pirate101, we have no plans for anything as large as new book style content, which when I read this I kind of got a little bit sad, but you actually just have to keep reading and it gets a little bit better. I know that's not what you want to hear, and when they said that, I was kind of getting a little bit like, wow, they're talking to us as if we're humans, not like some just players of their game. They're talking to us as if it's a real communication. I know that's not what you want to hear, but you deserve an honest answer, which I do appreciate. To be clear, that doesn't mean that we are abandoning new content for Pirate101. It simply means that updates won't be such a grand scale in the foreseeable future. So, hopefully they do stick with, continuing to update Pirate101. For example, they do mention that they are going to be doing a lot this coming October. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to be doing this October. Hopefully it's on a pretty good scale because they haven't even, put out many updates for Pirate101. But as far as I can see, they have a lot of good stuff coming. Keeping our sights on next year and beyond, that's very important. We've got quite a few interesting concepts and systems we're evaluating, including ideas for the community. They all need more thought and work put into them before we can reveal anything, but I know that we are excited to share them with you. Also, please know that we love playing Pirate101 too, and are inspired by the community's intense passion to see it continue. So we are dedicated to continue expanding and improving the game. So that when I read that, I also got very, excited, knowing that, because for a while now they haven't really done they haven't really done any updates at all for Pirate101. Not saying that this game is bad at all, and it really doesn't need many updates, but for players that have already finished the game, I really would like to see some newer stuff in the game. So the fact that they're not creating a new book is kind of sad, but if they decide to just make new content for players, I'm definitely okay with that. So I think those are the major updates. The last part they kind of talked about is just kind of like a thank you from them to us for just kind of sticking with Pirate101 and being here for the game. Just being a good community. So that's everything in this producer's letter. There actually is quite a lot, so if you guys stuck to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. That clearly means you guys are as dedicated as I am with playing this game. Pirate101 obviously needs a lot of work and it needs a lot of love, so the fact that you guys are sticking around watching this video clearly means a lot. So hopefully that KyleIceW sees that you guys are as dedicated as I am. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, leave a comment in the comment section telling me what you guys think should be changed in Pirate 101. Even if you do say it needs a new book, that's very understandable. I get it. But yeah, kind of try to think of some things that you guys really think need some changing to the game, or tweaking, of course. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. And yeah, bye guys.